At Anvil, corporate responsibility is a commitment from the ground up. It's not a fad or a buzzword, but a mindset and a mandate. Nearly every one of our products starts with the nurturing of a single cottonseed, and along every step of the way, until our activewear reaches the consumer, Anvil creates a culture of environmental and social mindfulness. Respect for the planet, the workforce, the community, and the customer is woven into the fabric of Anvil. Because we're so committed to transparency in our manufacturing practices, we're taking you behind the scenes at one of our offshore facilities, offering customers and stakeholders a first-hand look at the making of earth-friendly activewear from a company you can believe in. Anvil Organic, one of our most popular, fastest-growing lines. Every single product in that line starts with certified organic cotton. Seeds are untreated and never genetically engineered. The soil in which they're harvested is enriched by crop rotation and the use of cover cropping and mulch. No chemicals or pesticides are ever used. Those are just the first earth-friendly steps on a journey that ultimately leads to Anvil's textile and manufacturing facilities. Like this one in Honduras, where there is a deep commitment to sustainable manufacturing practices, whatever product we're making. From the time yarn arrives, says Facility General Manager Tim Meckenville, everyone is looking for ways to be responsible with the material.
Everything is recycled. I mean, even in our knitting process, the needles, the metal from the gears are all recycled.
Meckenville says that reducing the impact of Anvil's manufacturing on the local environment has been a priority, but developing innovative, efficient, cost-effective methods of operating has been an equally important part of the mission. Anvil engineers are constantly developing ways to save energy, water, and to make sure the water that is used is cleaned once manufacturing is complete.
We use hot wastewater and take the heat out of that wastewater and we put it in our process water. Well, that amount of energy will be equivalent to 170,000 gallons of oil a year, which we don't have to burn in our boilers because we're using waste energy to get that heat.
This year we've reduced water usage by 50,000 gallons a day.
The plant also reduces its carbon footprint and overall costs by relying on a biomass boiler system, as explained by corporate engineer Tom Smith.
This is a biomass boiler system that sells steam to our plant. They primarily make their steam from sawdust, which they purchase. They actually also buy logs and wood products that they have a grinder that they grind it up into sawdust. They can burn waste products from our plant like the cones from our yarn packages. It puts out a lot less carbon dioxide than we would put out, burning our boilers. So we're protecting the environment and we're also saving money on our energy costs, which saves money on the final cost of our finished products. So it benefits the environment and it benefits the company. And it's good for everybody.
And one thing we did is we took a look at the environment around us. The river, the Chimelicon River behind us, which is very close to us, and the local area in front of the plant, which is a farm area. Our goal is to make sure that we put back into this environment a cleaner water than we took out through our water treatment, for example. That technology is really developed in Italy and has been installed here. It's a very expensive process, but what it does is it takes our dye effluent and it takes the solids out and returns the water back clear to the river.
It's not just the engineers thinking about being more responsible with natural resources. At this Honduran facility, there's an employee environmental task force, which gets employees at all levels involved in helping reduce the company's impact on the environment. The idea? Everyone, regardless of their role at the company, can make a difference.
I feel that Anvil's environmental approach is different from other companies. I've worked in this business for 23 years, and so I've worked for other companies. And our effort since I've been with the company has been 10 times, 100 times greater than I've seen in any other company I've worked for. It's emphasized over and over the importance of the environment and of using organic materials, of recycling. This is all comes from the very highest level.
At the heart of Anvil's mission is our commitment to making the earth a better place to live and work, especially for the employees who help create our products, which is why we consider social compliance to be more than following a set of standards or rules. It's about exceeding them. It's about giving employees not just jobs, but opportunities to help their families and grow themselves. It's about people. And because we're so committed to this, Monica Mejia, Anvil's social compliance manager, and 9 internal auditors focus on making sure Anvil's manufacturing facilities are complying with the strictest of labor standards. She's now hard at work helping one of the facilities obtain an international certification called SA 8000, a voluntary system administered by Social Accountability International, or SAI, that is widely regarded as the most effective and comprehensive system for managing workplace ethics and human rights for workers around the world.
SA 8000 is an international standard that is applied to the workplace. It is based especially on human rights conventions.
Our cut and sew manufacturing facility is also certified by another important organization, WRAP, an independent global body dedicated to making sure employees work in a safe and ethical environment.
Yo trabajo para International Compliance Group.
Jorge Oliva is an independent inspector who certifies compliance with WRAP standards.
Como corporación, tienen ellos un alto compromiso para con sus empleados.
Having a WRAP certification means to our customers that we're doing things right. Basically, what we're doing is ensuring to them that we are creating goods under health and safety standards that are approved all over the world.
And yet, the best indication that Anvil treats its workers with respect and dignity comes from the workers themselves, many of whom have spent years at the facility and say they have found great satisfaction and opportunity at Anvil. Here are a few of their stories.
We work in a training department, and I teach the person how to work properly on a machine.
Nadia Sarin started as a high school intern in the engineering department and now helps run it. She says Anvil empowered her to pursue a career path not many women in Latin America are able to take.
When I decided to go to college and study engineering, they say, "Are you crazy?" I happen to be a second-generation employee for Anvil, so it's like I've been growing up with these people. The fact that my mother worked here, it's something that allowed me to go to college. She was able to find a job that paid well.
Nadia's fulfillment comes not just from her own achievements at Anvil, but by helping others find the path of success here. She regularly trains other women on the cut and sew line and has assisted many people in finding jobs at the company.
The biggest lesson I have learned in working at Anvil is that everybody has something positive.
Yadira Juarez is a planning manager who started at Anvil 10 years ago in the cut and sew department. She received a scholarship from the company, and that helped her pay for college and earn her degree in engineering.
El ambiente de trabajo es bueno, ellos cumplen con todas las leyes y nos tienen a nosotros bien felices. Entonces nos están dando un trabajo de calidad y nos están dando la oportunidad a los empleados de ayudar a nuestras familias. Entonces realmente no solo ayudan a alguien, sino que se va multiplicando. Porque como le decía yo, mi familia le ha ayudado mucho, gracias a Dios. Mi hermana siempre soñó con ser doctora, pero mi familia es pobre, no les puede pagar una carrera de medicina, pero yo sí puedo pagarle la carrera de medicina por el trabajo.
Wilmer Molina started out operating a machine that attaches collars to shirts. Recognized for his excellent work, he is now sent to other facilities to train employees.
Me sentí muy contento, pues ya que me escogieron a mí como como el mejor operario de pegar cuello, ¿no? Entonces fui allá a entrenar y tener tanta gente nueva enseñándole la operación. Sí. Fue muy bonito.
Wilmer met his wife on the job, And together they were able to work towards fulfilling one of their biggest dreams, buying their own home.
Solo trabajando de aquí, hicimos nuestra casa.
In Honduras, it can be difficult for workers over the age of 30 to find work. Many companies consider them unemployable, too old. Not so with Anvil. Andre Ramirez Pineda is 50 years old and has 10 children. He's considered one of Anvil's most valuable employees.
No, yo me siento con libertad, pues alegre, porque gracias a Dios, a la empresa me da la oportunidad, o nos da ya por la edad, ¿verdad? Gracias a Dios que nos da la oportunidad de trabajar, porque ya a una edad ya avanzada de 50 años, hay empresas que no lo permiten. Pero acá sí, gracias a Dios, y yo le agradezco a la empresa de que sí me da la oportunidad.
Anvil's commitment doesn't stop with its employees. It extends beyond its facility walls to the surrounding communities. Recently, the region was hit hard by tropical storms that left many homeless. Anvil employees collected food and clothing to help their own, as well as neighbors who were in crisis. And when the mounting cost of food and fuel left some in the region struggling to put food on the table, Anvil pitched in again.
Since this year, the cost of food went so high, and also with the fuel going so high, they decided to hand out basic staples to the people, such as beans and rice and tortillas.
Sí, para mí es muy importante cuando la empresa ha mostrado interés, cuando han habido problemas. Hace casi 8 años, cuando el huracán Mitch vino a Honduras, la empresa hizo colectas de dinero, mandó donaciones, ayudó no solo a los empleados, sino a las áreas afectadas.
Personalmente, como un hondureño, he aprendido que la empresa tiene buenas intenciones. Tiene buenas intenciones de seguir trabajando, dar trabajo a nuestra gente, a nuestro país, ¿verdad? Y siempre con responsabilidad.
It's the first time I see a company that is so committed to do things right that they're just not saying it, they're doing it.
Anvil is a socially and environmentally responsible company, and nothing embodies our philosophy more than our products. So when you buy or sell an Anvil product, there are a few things you can be sure of. You can be sure it's made with the environment in mind. You can be sure it's made by employees treated fairly and honestly, working in a safe environment. You can be sure it's made from materials that comply with the highest standards for product safety. Because responsibility, social, environmental, and product, is something we take very seriously. Anvil, earth-friendly activewear from a company you can believe in.